Welcome to Wedding Mayhem. And we have Alex back.
Hi.
From the surprise. Oh, Taylor's. Oh my God.
No, that was right. We're a surprise.
No, you say
Taylor's
it.
surprise singers.
There you go. I have been stuck in traffic.
Yeah, it's mayhem. Mayhem is no joke.
It was a mayhem start. And it got me thinking this morning, because I was like, I should have been here at 9 and I got in 10:15. And the traffic was just backed up. But I was in the car thinking, what if this was my wedding day?
Oh my God, don't. Oh.
What if it was...
Did I tell you that on my wedding day, my maid of honour, one of them, was sent to the wrong venue?
No?
Yeah.
Who by?
The other maid of honour.
You actually can't make it up, can you?
On purpose?
No. No, it was my sister and my best friend, and my sister put Bella Sombra, which was the address of the venue, into the taxi thing or whatever in Spain, and it sent her to a different Bella Sombra because apparently there are two. And we didn't realise that until she obviously got to the wrong place.
Oh my God.
And then she rings us and she's like, we're in the wrong place, we're 15 minutes away. But this is when... Because my planner was like, get there really late because there's no point in you hanging around.
Yeah.
So this was when the wedding was kind of supposed to start.
Yeah.
And so we had to hold everything off. And all my guests are sat in the sun like...
But you had somebody do the wedding. You didn't have a registrar there.
We'd already gotten legally married.
Yeah.
But then we had a proper ceremony with the celebrant and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So I was due to walk down the aisle. And with her in the car, with the people that went to the wrong venue, was my flower girl, who was actually Josh from the Taylors, who was on the podcast before with you.
He's like 10'4".
Yeah, he's my flower girl.
And a beard.
And he had 2 bum bags, glittery bum bags.
Did he
full of
dance
petals.
down the aisle?
Yeah.
Oh.
To Kiss from a Rose. We'll have to put this online.
It's
so funny, honestly. It's the best thing ever. But we're all like, we can't start the wedding without the flower girl doing Kiss from a Rose. So we just had to wait in the hot sun, and I was like hoping my back wasn't like burning because obviously my dress was.
Yeah.
But yeah, traffic and wrong venue issues when you go to a wedding.
It did get me
Problems.
thinking if it was a proper registrar coming to the venue, you've got that small window with them and then they're gone.
They must be like sort of leaving 2 hours early, surely, because they would hold up everything, right?
Yeah,
Registrar?
I don't know, but I mean, yeah.
Oh, but if you're late.
But if you're late, if they're late, it's a different matter, isn't it?
I guess most people stay really close, don't they, to where their
I think you
venue is to mitigate that risk.
I think it's a new thing on my little planner is that when I'm looking at venues, making sure that I am close by, making sure he's close by, or that my partner's close by.
Yeah.
Because being an hour and a half late for the wedding can really, it will disrupt the whole day anyway. But if you've got a registrar there, I'm now going more on the side of celebrant, because you've booked the celebrant pretty much for the whole day.
Yeah.
Most of them, or even half the day. But at least if you're late, it's not you're going to get married.
Yeah, of course.
But if you've got a registrar, then you're up a creek without a paddle.
Because they might have another wedding after you, right? Don't they do...
They do about 3 or 4 a day, so they go one to the other. But again, if they're late, then they might have to miss.
Hello, we hope you're enjoying this episode of Wedding Mayhem so far. This is just a quick shout out to this episode's sponsor, Registrar.
Your wedding day is one of the most important days of your life, but sometimes things can and do go wrong.
A supplier goes bankrupt, lost wedding rings, or even the weather turns against you.
Registrar offers comprehensive wedding insurance, so you're not left out of pocket should the unexpected happen.
With cover starting from just $38.99, Registrar protect your big day with 10 tiers of cover available up to £100,000.
From cancellations and rearrangements to loss, theft and damage of your wedding outfits, gifts and rings, supply failure and much more.
Registrar makes sure your day is protected, stress-free claims, no hidden costs, and additional add-ons as well available, like public liability, COVID-19 cover and excess waivers.
Visit weddingshore.co.uk and get a quote today. It's a small price to pay for your peace of mind.
Right, back to today's episode.
I met a registrar the other day.
Did you?
Yeah, it was
How are you?
Yeah, I'm good. I've just been telling Sharon this. It's my best friend's hen do. She was my maid of honour. She was the one that went to the wrong venue.
Right.
But it's her hen do tomorrow.
Right.
And all weekend. And I've arranged everything. And I had I had today mapped out for all of that stuff to do all the last little bits. So now, because I'm doing the podcast, which I want to do, hence me being here.
She drafted in last night. I was actually at the marathon.
I'm an emergency call, guys.
I was in booty call. Without the boot.
Yeah. Well, I brought my booty, but yeah, no. So I've got loads. So I'm a bit stressed, but everything will come together.
Yeah,
everything.
But you're super organised as well.
Yeah.
But even if you're not, if you are organised, things can go wrong.
Yeah. Yeah, if I've got everything. Actually, it's funny because when I was waiting because you were stuck in traffic, I was writing out everything I needed to do on a big list, and it actually really helps to get that down and out of your brain, written in paper on something. I'm a bit old school that way.
But we were talking about perimenopause, and I've had to learn to do that.
Really, yeah.
Write my list, write my little notes. I've got post-it notes everywhere. In the car, so I've got like a, I've got one on the
helps.
Well, I've got one on the door. And then I've got one in the car. So when I jump in the car, it's like, don't forget that I have forgotten that. So it's like a backup note.
And it sounds like you do what I do, which is putting things where they need to be. So I don't know if you guys do this, but like if I've got to take something somewhere, I put it outside my house because we live in a flat. So I put it outside the door so that I won't forget that thing needs to go. Because every time I come out the house, it's like someone slapping me in the face going, remember that?
Yeah.
Do you know? And so when the hall is full of shit that I need to take everywhere, it's like I walk out of the house and every time it goes like that.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh God, I've got all this stuff to do.
But this reminds me of my mum, and I know parents do this probably still. I don't have stairs. I've got like an old cottage, and so it's all on one floor. But your mum used to put your ironing on the steps. So when you went up the steps, it was there. You had to take it.
My mum did this too.
Yes.
With stuff that I'd left, she was like, take that upstairs.
And we are turning into our mothers because we have to do it.
It's inevitable.
You have to do it. But you still always used to walk past it. So the point that she got it into the middle of the steps, so you had to you go
trip
around
over it otherwise.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, fall on your chin.
Exactly.
But I did meet a registrar the other day. In real life, I met a registrar outside of a wedding context. She actually had a really normal job. She worked for Spotify, right?
Okay.
And she had this crazy amazing job at Spotify. And at the weekends, she had a side hustle as a registrar. And I thought, what a strange thing to have a side hustle as. But honestly, it was so fascinating. We were sitting having rooftop drinks. It was a networking event. We were sitting having drinks on this like rooftop bar. And she was telling me about all the crazy stories from weddings that she does. Right. Because registrars, they just kind of get sent, and
you wouldn't think that they would probably see them because they're outdone, aren't they?
Yeah, but she said, telling me all this crazy stuff, like loads of sad things, like people getting married before they're about to die and things like that. It's really, really, really heart-wrenching, and other things where, when it's clearly an older person and it's clearly a younger person that's kind of trying to get their money, but you can't, if the person's in sound mind and says, yes, no, I want to get married, you can be like, are you absolutely sure? Yeah. But they can't do anything. They just kind of have to marry them anyway, know. Loads of stuff like that, and people objecting to be funny. That happens a lot, apparently.
What?
People just objecting for a joke. When you say are there any objections, people just...
For the shits and giggles.
Yeah, people putting their hands up all the time. She's like, oh, it's not funny. It's just not, it's actually not funny.
Yeah, one day it might be right and they'll just bypass it.
Yeah. Oh, shit, yeah. Yeah, exactly. They have to take it seriously. So it holds everything up for ages while they're trying to establish whether it's a joke or not.
Oh, my God. It could stop the wedding.
Yeah, well, it does. I think it does for a while. Yeah. And this is why she's like, it's not funny. But I said to her, I was like, God,
so stop doing it, people.
I could write a musical about this. And actually, I'm thinking about writing a musical about, because we do, I do songwriting and things. I'm thinking of writing a musical about Registrar, who's the central character, and then, all the wedding scenes change.
Can I have a scene?
Yeah, absolutely. Tickets for all of you to my musical.
So actually, this does give us a really good segue to what we're doing. So at Easter, Lauren and I did an episode on Am I Being Unreasonable? These are,
very good.
Yeah, but we had so many come in that we just didn't have time to do it. So we're going to do sort of a second show on this. And you can see we have got hundreds. Keep sending them because there actually are questions as well, and a lot of them are hysterical. A lot of them are actually justified as well. Yeah. So I think we just rattle through these and go for it. So do you want to start?
Should I just do this?
Yeah, anything. Okay. Let's go random.
Rustle.
And she's not read any of these. Some of these I've not seen.
Okay. Oh, this looks heavy. Are we ready?
Yeah.
Deep breath. Trying to bite my tongue. My dad passed away suddenly at Christmas. My siblings and I had a distant relationship with him as he had an affair who he married. Okay. Although we were distant, he's still my dad and I miss him dreadfully, especially wedding planning. My sisters are telling me I have to invite my stepmother. Okay, so that's the affair woman.
Right, okay.
Okay, we're getting there. I don't want her there. It's not that she's not nice, she is unpleasant, but I don't have a relationship with her. And it's also a reminder that my dad is not there and there to walk me down the aisle. They have said that if she doesn't come, then they won't. I'm in bits at the same time as raging with anger that they're choosing me over her. Her over me, I think that's supposed to be.
Yeah.
Help me sort this out, as it's really getting out of control, Claire. Ooh.
This is hard. And
hard.
you know, we have so many blended families now.
Yeah.
And, you know, but for the sisters to say that they're not coming if, you know, they obviously have a relationship with the stepmom, don't they, by the sounds of it?
Yeah, it's weird that they feel so strongly one way and she feels, you know, there's probably reasons behind that.
I wonder if she didn't forge a relationship with the stepmom.
But they did.
And they did.
Yeah. Well, something has to give, obviously, doesn't it?
100%. And you haven't got much time to do this.
I think if you were my best friend, Claire, I'd probably say, is there a world in where you can let some of that go and have her there, and you don't have to spend time with her on the day, because you don't spend time with really anyone as a bride, to be honest.
No.
You really don't.
You
sometimes
don't.
notice that some people are there. But maybe because your dad did have a long time with her, most likely, and loved her, it might be time to kind of just say, okay, I'm just going to be the bigger person and let it go and have her there, and focus on the people that I do want there on the day, you know, more. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, and also I think, you know, think of another scenario. If your dad was alive,
Would she be there?
He would want her there.
Yeah, he would. He would.
Know, so find a way that she can be there. Ask her directly, you know, do you want to come to the ceremony, or are you happy just to come to the evening? Because then you're not going to be spending time. You know, explain why it's important for you, for her not to be there if you really strongly object. So if you get her on your side, then your sisters are going to then come on board, aren't they?
And maybe that'd be nice, because then you could start to maybe have a relationship with her as well, because everybody makes mistakes, don't they? But at some point you do have to kind of forgive, I guess.
Probably. I think if you were to get, you know, trauma's hard. She's still you're going through trauma from the divorce to dad dying. Yeah, you know, it's a lot, and people forget about the children. You know, they get on with their lives and they're like, well, we're happy, why can't you be happy for us? But, you know, I've come from a split family and it's hard.
Do you know, I've got I'll make this super quick, but I've got such a good segue about this.
Okay.
We did a wedding, because we do surprise performances, personalised at weddings, and the wedding we were doing was the wedding of two people that had got together because their partners were having an affair.
Oh, this is like Shania Twain.
It's actually wild. So
Shania Twain did this.
Yes. They had an affair. Obviously, these two people had an affair, and then their partners, their husband and wife, found out, met up to talk about it, and to sort of say, okay, we know about this. Yeah. You know, what do you know? What do you know? What do you know? And then they outed them about it. Yeah. Then they were like, well, we're going to go off on our, you know, in a relationship together. Yeah. And then the two that found out kept seeing each other. Wow. Then the original pair that had the affair broke up.
Yeah. Yeah.
And this pair were getting married, and the bride says to me, can you please do that song, This Is a Shout Out to an Ex?
Brilliant.
And so we did. And we had to be careful. I couldn't go too hard, because the kids were there. They were grown-up kids. Well, I say grown-up kids, they're 18, 19 or something. Yeah. But actually, when we bring in the song in, we sort of said to the guests, you know, there are two people that do need a shout out today, because they are really kind of responsible for this whole day.
They match made them.
Yeah. And you could hear all the guests go, they're not going to do it. And then we did. They were like, there's sort of permission to sort of relax into it. But the fact that she could laugh about it, and the kids did laugh about it, to be fair.
Yeah, I reckon get her on her own, have a chat with her.
Yeah.
And just
everyone's human, aren't they? She's a human being at the end of the day.
Life's too short.
Yeah.
Life's too short. Right.
Pick one. Oh, what's next?
Oh, God,
I don't know why I've closed my eyes. I'll say this.
This is one for me. Right. Why do I need to pay for trying on dresses? I'm finding it so expensive.
Don't get us started.
To find my dress. You haven't seen the ending. To find my dress. I am super picky, so I want to go to at least 10 shops to get my research in.
No, girl, you don't. 10 shops? No, you don't.
Jump the rest.
That's okay.
and then have a dress made so it's an original. Am I being unreasonable to expect not to be charged? She's anonymous.
Really good.
Somebody's made this up and put that in there just to worry. You're being totally unreasonable.
Do you think that's Lauren? From
That probably is Lauren.
She's just been
like,
like,
yeah, it is. And the reason why dress shops charge is for this reason.
Yeah. I'm behind dress shop charging.
Yeah.
I'm behind dress shop charging for fittings because I feel like I don't feel bad then to go in and have a fit, to try on.
Yeah.
Because then I know that their time is covered at least.
Yes.
And I don't feel under pressure to get a dress
To
that
buy.
might not be right for me.
Yeah.
You know? But yeah, so no, you are unreasonable.
Yeah, no, listen, every girl that comes in will mark the dress. Yeah. I've actually got 5 dresses.
Their territory like dogs. Yeah.
I've got 5 dresses that we've had to send off for cleaning this week, and that's regular
and
every
that's expensive,
week.
Right? How much does that cost?
Oh, £100 plus, depending on the dress.
Stop it.
Yeah.
And that's just one try on.
Yeah.
Do you know what? In Japan, just got back from Japan, in normal changing rooms, they have bags that you have to put over your head to stop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some shops do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Particularly like London boutiques.
I didn't realise what they meant at first. And then
But
it was on a different language. And they put back, and I was like, how will I see the clothes? Because I didn't realise that you're supposed to take it off when you've got the clothes on.
Yeah.
So I was like, how? I can't see the clothes.
Yeah.
Such an idiot.
Yeah, they'll put like a headscarf over you and then take it off.
Yeah,
yeah. And I'm seeing more and more of that again. It used to be quite a thing when I first started 23 years ago. That's coming back. But the wear and tear, the time, the patience.
It's someone's
the counselling afterwards.
Time.
It is somebody's time.
It should be chargeable.
I've said this again. You go into a restaurant, you go to the hairdressers, that company are pretty set for money coming over the counter.
Yeah.
We are not. So when you come and try dresses on, we're not guaranteed you paying us anything.
I think it's so strange sometimes that people aren't able to put themselves into that position as a small business. They think it's a business, so it's not a human connection, but actually everything is a human being at the end of the day behind
I think it's associated with the high street. Because
where
it's
you
closed,
can just
go in and try. So even having to book an appointment is a big thing. Why do I have to book?
Yes, but these are items that are not
Every
20
day.
quid, 10 quid for a top, is it? Like you need somebody there to put it on you, to show you how it fits, to talk you through it.
This goes hand in hand with photographs. I'm not able to take photographs at boutiques. Why? For this reason, you'll find that a lot of brides are just being reasonable. That's all they want to see is themselves in a photo. But unfortunately, people like this, and it's one blanket fits all, I'm afraid. But
do you guys charge for fitting?
No.
Wow.
Don't come to me if you're just trying dresses on.
No.
No, I am inches away. I'm trying desperately not to charge.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to charge. But we get people that don't show up. Very rare for us, because we've got quite a lot of good dresses, so they do turn up, but the rare few won't turn up.
Yeah.
And that means that another bride has missed out on booking. We've missed out on a booking. But it will become the norm where everybody will charge. We tend to find that if one area does it, everybody does it. It's a knock-on effect. So if that shop's doing it, we're going to do it, and so forth. So it takes one shop to do it. In my area, I would say probably it's 70-30 split.
Wow.
So in London,
I did. I had to pay for all of them.
Yeah.
But it's quite nice. They give you bubbles if you want.
Yeah, we get bubbles.
Do you?
Yes.
You don't even.
No.
Oh, that's so. Oh. You start charging. You need to charge.
Yeah,
and
you're
also
being
10 shops though. No.
10 shops, no.
You don't
no.
have time, and you're also gonna confuse yourself.
Yes.
Because you're gonna try on so many that you'll be like, oh no, I really don't know which one. It's best to just.
You're self-doubt and it becomes a bore. You get fed up with it. It's not special anymore. And we see the girls that have done it and they're so disheartened because they just don't know their own mind now. They
just
don't.
gone crazy.
They don't. They
also,
just
your
don't.
mum's not going to come to all of them, is she?
No,
Or
you start
your
losing.
bridesmaids,
You start losing people. So
know.
my top tip is research. Check the
Yeah.
shops' websites. Check the designers that they're stock. Normally, shops will have a genre of their style, what they do. We're a multi-boutique, so we pretty much have everything.
Which is great. You want someone like that because, well, you want Sharon, really, don't you? But you want because you don't know what style is going to look good on you until you go. And
You
the
may
dress
think you do,
Yeah,
but you
the
don't.
dress that's often shown up on the hanger isn't the one that you think you want, and then someone like Sharon goes, "Just try it."
Yeah.
Just try it, and then you go, and you never want to take it off.
I
and that's the
often,
one.
particularly if brides are very set on what they want, I'll just filter a couple through, and by the time we've got over the third one, they're putting dresses on without even looking at it, and then I'll put it on and go, "Oh my god, I love that!" You know. So don't preempt everything. You know.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, you're being unreasonable, right? You want to do another one?
Yeah.
Can we move on? Because I'm getting sweaty now.
All right.
I bet that was Lauren.
Am I being unreasonable by telling my fiancé I won't be paying for a stranger to come to the wedding, and if they want to come, then they can pay for themselves, or his mum can pay for them, as it's her mates she wants to come? Help, Jenny.
It's the self-righteous, isn't it? It's I'm paying for it. I'm having who I want.
I think her thing is, am I being unreasonable by telling them they have to pay for them? They have to pay for themselves, or
No, I don't think you're being
no, I don't think she's being unreasonable either. If you've never met someone, and the mother-in-law, this is, isn't it, wants her friends to come, that's unreasonable anyway. You shouldn't have to have strangers at your wedding if you don't want. And if they really want, then they should pay for them.
It's really unbalancing when you're walking up the aisle to a sea of faces and you're like going, who are you? Because, you know...
Might be my team, undercover.
Oh, yeah, might be. Well, yeah, because you might be thinking, oh, is that a surprise singer? You know,
And then it's not.
And then it's not.
It's just...
But it is. You want when you walk up the aisle, you want to see the people you love and know.
Yeah.
You don't want to be seeing strangers.
No, and weddings are expensive. People just do not realise that per guest cost. And it's so much brain space as well. I think you're not being unreasonable, Jenny.
No,
charge them
not.
up. Charge them up.
Definitely. Add 10%.
Yeah, make a profit, Jenny.
Make a profit. My venue has told me they have booked another wedding on the same day in the other part of the hotel when I booked. When I booked, I was told that there would only be one wedding on the day. I'm wanting a refund of the venue charge as it's not what we booked. It's a flat no from the venue. It's 4 weeks away. I don't know what to do. Love the show, guys. It's the best. Holly, kiss, kiss. Got him.
That's a tough one, isn't it? They're being unreasonable for sure if they promise you something, and I had this with my venue. They promise something and then they take it back later down the line. But how is it, what you've got to think, because it's 4 weeks away, right? How is it going to affect your day? If it's in a different part of the hotel, I'm assuming they're not asking you to share any spaces like the bar area or anything like that. I'm assuming you've still got
Your
the
area.
spaces that you booked.
Which is what you've paid for.
Which is what you paid for. If it's not affecting you or any of the spaces that you've booked, I would just say to them, it's really disappointing, but let's move forward for the sake of the relationship with them, because they've still got a big role in your day.
Yeah.
But if it's affecting any of the spaces that you've booked, then that is a different story, really.
I mean, the problem is, and you'll know this being on the music side, is that if you've got a DJ in one part of the hotel, you've got a live band and you can hear crossover.
And does if you're having a great time, I doubt. It depends on the venue, doesn't it? And what they're actually, what difference is this going to make to your day?
I think this goes back. It's not going to really help you much, but do what Alex says. But I think you guys that are booking venues, put it into the contract. Read the contract. You know, these venues do have the rights to change the decor, change everything about it.
Yeah, if it's not in the contract, if it's just been said, then
you've got no proof.
Yeah.
So watertight your contracts at the beginning.
I didn't do that either, and that's how they got away with changing things.
It was on another episode, but
my own advice.
I went to a wedding back in the beginning, and from a bride. Oh my God, get my words out. And it wasn't the right wedding. I went to the other wedding that was on at the hotel.
Yeah, we've done that. We set up my team completely set up all the sound equipment because they were also having singing waiters, but it was an estate. So they got there, they're like, we're the singing waiters. They're like, great, cool. Set up. Then they looked, because our team changed all the lyrics to be about the people, they looked at the weddings, they were trying to find all the guests on the table plan, you know, and they were like, there's none of our people we're singing about.
Thank God you checked.
Yeah. We'd have never have gotten that further than that because we always check.
But some could have.
Yeah, if it's just a normal singing waiter company, they could have just come and done whatever. But luckily then the guys were like, oh shit, and then they're legging it out.
Can you imagine doing your shout out to your ex?
At the wrong wedding.
I do.
What ex? Hold on a minute.
Hang on, what are you not telling me?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's got to be. It's got to be in your contract. But this wedding, I went to one wedding.
Yeah.
I went to the second wedding. Still wasn't her, and there were 3 weddings at this venue, and you could stand in the hotel reception, and you could hear the crossovers, 100%.
Yeah.
No.
But then again, who's going to be standing in the reception? I don't know.
Right, next one.
Do try and keep the relationship okay though, if you can.
Yeah, and do something afterwards.
Yeah, you could always like take them to court after.
Yeah, pay on credit card.
Okay, I'm gonna get. Should you want?
Oh, I'll do that one then. What have you got?
Friend of the bride here. Not even bridesmaid. Not even asked.
Oh, beefed.
She put an exclamation mark there. Offered to help, and she's given me 10 pages of things she wants me to do. Unreasonable to say no, even though I offered?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, I think 10 pages.
10 pages
Is ridiculous.
How small's the font?
Is it this big? Because
that's all right.
That's fine.
That's fine.
Yeah, it depends on what she's asking you to do, but that does sound unreasonable.
That's
bridesmaid's duty. Yeah, I think it's fine to say, oh, totally will help. Can get done XYZ.
Yes.
The list.
Yes.
However, don't have time to do the rest. Really sorry. Are there any bridesmaids that can help you out with that?
Here we go. Right, let's rattle through these. My brother has told me that my 3 kids can't come to the wedding as they have over-invited people. Am I being unreasonable to stand my ground? They were invited at the start. Anon.
Were they invited at the start?
Well, she's saying that they were invited at the start. So invitations have gone out. Probably what they've done is sent out loads of invitations thinking they're going to get 20%.
Yeah, drop out. Ooh. Oh. What's the relationship? My brother. My brother. Ooh.
Ouch. Yeah, he's wrong.
Yeah.
You can't do that. He could have asked you, would it be okay?
Yeah.
I've messed up.
That's unreasonable.
No, your brother has to go back to the venue or wherever he is getting married and just say, look, I've messed up, I need some extra guests.
It's 3 kids as well. They're going to be having a kids meal. That's less money.
I don't know, venues charge the same, don't they?
Oh, that's outrageous. Just chicken nuggets and chips, isn't it? I'll do it. I'll come and sort them out.
Right. Am I being unreasonable? After a wonderful wedding and honeymoon, we came back to a really big cleaning charge bill from the hotel. One of the guests of the room we hired for our guests to stay in had not only trashed the room, but the bed linen had to be thrown away.
Oh my God, what the hell did they do? What did they do? Tell us more.
My eyes are closer. There were 12 used condoms.
12?
Blood and shit all over the sheets.
Oh my God.
They are wanting £300 from us. My husband does not
To be fair, I think £300 is pretty reasonable for that.
My husband does not want to do anything about it as the guest in question is married and his wife was pregnant, was not at the wedding. What would you do? Anon, as I know they listen.
Oh my God.
Oh my God, we've got too much to unpack.
That's not a good one to finish on, is it?
No.
Okay. Now, by the way, you've got a lot of listeners. Every guest that was not been at a wedding recently because she's pregnant.
It's an orgy.
That's an orgy. But this is a problem because
that's more than one.
Too many suspects.
That's too many. That's more than 2 people in that room.
Yeah, that's crazy.
No man can do 12 in one night.
Also, £300 I think is fine for that. I would, if I was a hotel, I'd charge a lot more than that to sort all that shit out. Literally sort all that shit out.
But the husband doesn't want to do anything about it because the wife is pregnant.
Yeah, but when she says do something about it, does he mean tell the wife, or does he mean pay the venue.
No, I think he means go to the bloke that's done it.
I think I would go to the bloke. I'd be like, what the fuck?
Yeah, pay the money or I'll tell your wife.
Oh yeah, I mean definitely he has to pay the money, but
yeah, you're not being unreasonable. £300 a lot. You've just paid for a wedding.
12 used condoms.
Yeah.
After a wedding, I'm so fucking tired, sorry. I'm so tired that I am not having sex once, let alone 12 times. Is there a chance he was just on his own? Just having the best party because his wife's not there.
But where did the blood and shit come from?
Where did it come from in an orgy? Oh, Sharon knows stuff that I don't.
I've been around a long time.
Oh my God.
Right, go on, another one.
I think maybe we should be worried. Maybe it wasn't just an orgy. Maybe it was like people were hurt. Is everyone okay? Or have you talked to all your guests? Maybe that should be the first port of call.
There was so much
who
going
else
in
was
my
there?
mind. And they listen to podcasts. If it's you that trashed the room, please can you message in?
You can be a guest.
Yeah,
you can be the next co-host.
We're going to put covers. Darren's going, no, we're going to put sheets everywhere. Please let us know actually what happened. We want to know what happened. You can stay anonymous, it's fine.
We might have to put some beep, beep, beeps into that. One more?
Yeah.
My fiancé and my dad had a big argument and fell out. My fiancé told him not to come to our wedding. This is my second marriage, and I've fallen out with my dad over something else too. My dad has told me to tell my fiancé... my brain. My dad has told me to tell my fiancé that I want him to be at the wedding. But my dad has said he won't talk to him, so the fiancé. How can I have him at the wedding if he won't even talk to the groom? My dad's been really funny ever since we got engaged. I feel like he's been looking for a reason to have a fight and put me in the middle to choose sides. It's really shit when the wedding turns into an excuse for drama, isn't it?
I feel like it happens
a lot.
Yeah,
it's not about you, Dad.
Yeah.
It's about them.
Yeah, I mean, you're not being unreasonable. Your dad is, and I just, for the sake of your sanity, and I just think just let him do what he needs to do, and.
Yeah, so you'd have him at the wedding, but even just say, just be at the back or whatever.
Yeah, well, he obviously wants to come to the wedding.
Yeah.
But he wants to be put on a pedestal.
But he won't talk to the groom, though. He won't talk to the groom. So what?
To be honest with you, the amount of people that you have at the wedding, there are places where you can avoid speaking to people.
Yeah.
You won't get that time to, you can do the formalities. It's the photos though, isn't it?
I would say get in a room with him in advance, try and sort it out.
Yeah.
And if it's the only thing, so it doesn't affect your day, if it's the only thing that's gonna solve it is him coming, then let him come, but just let him have his own corner and don't engage and just be like, I'm having the day for me.
But would you worry that he's going to ruin the wedding? He's definitely ruining the build up, isn't he?
If you really feel like he could ruin the wedding, then
don't let him come.
Don't let him come. Yeah.
Yeah.
Only you know what your dad's capable of. Maybe it was the dad.
What, at the wedding? No, I don't. Oh, that's shit. I'm sorry that you're going through this. I have got one last question.
Okay.
My bridesmaid wants to wear a cape to my wedding.
Like what?
That's the last one that came through last night.
Like what kind of... I mean, no capes. No.
I'm not even thinking it's a wedding cape.
Is it like a Robin and Batman
cape? I
cape?
think it is, yeah. Yeah, I think it is.
I don't think...
I say yes because I want to see it.
In what world does your bridesmaid want to wear a cape?
In Fantasyland.
I don't understand. What? Some people are mental, aren't they?
Yeah, I know. She's not even joking either. The bride messaged me last night and I was on the train. And she is a bit eccentric. She's a bit gothy, but she thinks it'll be really cool. And she'll probably rock it as well, but yeah.
Right. Well, is this one of your brides?
I can't tell you.
Well, if you think she'll rock it, it depends on... Are they all supposed to look the same?
Yeah.
Then no.
It's a uniform. No, it's a no. Yeah, it is definitely
just
a no.
For one day, don't be your own individual, unique character. It's not about you.
Yeah, she can do it on the hen do.
Yes, on the hen do.
Yeah.
As long as it's not a white cape.
I don't know. Just let her get on with it.
Yeah.
We're going to finish off now, but what's in store for you? What are you up to?
just getting into wedding season next,
Yeah,
I think.
full on there.
Yeah, it gets a bit crazy in May, June and July because we start writing everything a month in advance.
Yeah.
So you're dealing with, at the moment we're writing really early June.
Any new
clients.
requests? Any new things that you're being asked to do? New trends?
New trends? No, not really. Not really. It's always this, not standard stuff, but it's always the really like stuff that works.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that doesn't really change for us because good music is.
Yeah.
You get your individuals who want like, oh, throw some M&M in there. Okay. But we make it work.
Lady with the cape.
Probably her.
But I think also for what you do, it's quite niche.
Yeah.
So I think people have to trust you and not mess around with it.
Yeah.
Because it works, really works.
Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah. And yeah, we love working with people that do have their own ideas, and we make that work as well in our own way, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
We've got one coming up where the groom, who's normally quite shy, is pretending that he's going to start singing on the guitar, and we're going to be like, whoa, 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 whoa.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so that's going to be quite, because the whole wedding's going to be like, what?
Does the bride know?
Yeah, she knows.
Oh, okay,
Yeah, she's
good,
come
good.
up with it all with us.
Okay, perfect. But they know he can't sing or he's shy or stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
And
brilliant.
I think it's best man's in on it too, so it should all flow quite well.
Oh, fantastic,
Yeah.
fantastic. Thank you so much for jumping in at the last minute.
That's okay. Got to go plan this hen do now.
I'm sorry I was late. Thank you everybody for watching, subscribing, sending those messages. Follow this lady. She is awesome. And we love her, obviously. And we'll see you all next week. Bye.
And don't wear a cape. Bye.
Oh, yeah, don't wear a cape.
Bye.
Cape. No.